The Spirit in the Body by Robert Crosbie. Letter 11. You have asked me for comment on the questions sent in by our English brother, particularly, as to karma being as merciless as the Bible God. But does he consider that mercy is not opposed to justice, and that the fullest justice is the same as the fullest mercy? Some take the meaning of mercy to be a permitted escape from the results of wrongdoing, but this would not be justice, nor would it be merciful to those injured by the wrongdoing. He should remember the definition of karma, an undeviating and unerring tendency in the universe to restore equilibrium, which operates incessantly. Karma is inherent law and its operation must therefore be impersonal. Some might take this to be merciless, but that would only be because they desire escape from consequences that are unpleasant. There are just two ways of looking at the question: either the universe is governed by law and under law, or all is chaos. Our experience in every department of nature points to the fact that law reigns everywhere. Nothing is done of any kind or anywhere, except under law. Our control of the elements, our use of the materials in nature is possible only because the same thing can always be done when the same conditions are present. Having discovered some of the laws of electricity, for instance, we may direct that fluid or force, and use it for many different purposes. Now as law reigns in the material world, it can be seen to rule in the mental and moral world as well. Karma simply means action and its consequent reaction. There is no karma unless there is a being to make it or feel its effects. Unpleasant effects predicate causes that send forth unpleasantness in the world, affecting others, and finding the restoration of equilibrium at the point of disturbance. There can be, then, but one consideration, and that is justice. Why should we desire anything but justice to be done? The Bible says, "Whatsoever a man sows, that shall he also reap, and resist not evil and it will flee from you." What is evil but the reaping of effects of wrong done? If we try to avoid the restoration of equilibrium, the evil will not flee from us, but come again. But if we accept all as just and right, then the evil flees. We should apply karma not merely to what we call good and evil in physical life. The earth rolls on in its orbit, carried further and further by the sun in his greater orbit. It grows old through the cycles, it changes its appearance, and comes under states of matter undreamed of by us. Such is the karma of the earth. Soon or late, even while revolving in its orbit, our planet will slowly move its poles and carry the cold band of ice to where are now summer scenes, the karma of the earth and its inhabitants. How, then, shall karma be restricted in consideration to the details of one life, or judgment passed upon it from that basis? I should say that karma is mercy itself, for do I not know that nothing can prevent me nor any other from obtaining what is his by law, exact and unerring? It knows not wrath nor pardon, utter true its measures meet, its faultless balance weighs, times are as naught, tomorrow it will judge, or after many days. Such is the law that moves to righteousness, which none at last can turn aside or stay. The heart of it is love, the end of it is peace and consummation sweet. Obey. He asks if we have changed our faith. Theosophy is not a faith, for faiths may be changed, but, being knowledge which each can make his own, there is no question of change, or fear, or doubt. We know of all the claims of every description that are made by societies and individuals. How is anyone to determine as to their respective values, if any? Just this way, if you are asked to accept anything on the statement of another and the means are not at the same time afforded you to see and know for yourself before acceptation, you will be safe to refuse, for you would in that case have surrendered your own judgment and taken that of another in blind faith. Now the statement made to him by the Reverend S., being outside of all known law, spiritual, intellectual, and physical, indicates to me a self-delusion. I would not impute to this reverend any intention to deceive. Nor is he alone in self-delusion on the same or similar lines. If he has heard, as I have, statements made by different claimants in regard to HPB, each one contradictory to the other, he would know that self-delusion reigned in some cases and deliberate fraud and pretense in others. To say that HPB now believes in a personal God, or ever could, is the greatest absurdity that was ever uttered. This very statement is the most conclusive proof of delusion. Now, in default of direct knowledge, what evidence has any man as to HPB? Certainly no more than the evidence contained in her voluminous writings, which directly refute such an assumption, and at the same time point out the laws that govern life, being, and consciousness on all planes, so that all men may be free from the low here, and low there, claims of would-be prophets. For any to declare that they have private directions to do as they are doing, regardless of what were the lines laid down by the teachers, would be no better nor more elucidating than is the declaration of the besat people that the lodge did not know enough to foresee, and had changed its plan and purpose. Both these declarations vitiate all that has been said and done, as well as making it appear that the lodge does not work according to law and cycles in public effort. For interim efforts of their followers and disciples, all ways are open, and in these, conditions must be availed of as they arise. The eternal verities can be used in whole or in part according to the minds reached. All this is to be expected from the variety of mental conditions in the world, yet this variety is not from strength and understanding, so much as from weakness and inability. Those who are able to perceive, to understand, and to use what they gave have no reason to deviate or dilute anything to suit contemporary forms, or ideas, nor to bolster up a decadence that pollutes the mental atmosphere of men. The sooner Christianity is discredited as a religion, the better for universal brotherhood. As it is, Orthodox Christianity stands in the way, as do all other forms constructed around a basis of truth. It is well enough and all that can be done, for the majority of minds, to rebuild and change step by step. There are thousands who will work that way to one who will be able to understand what is needed, and the very goal toward which all the rest tend, but that one has all the more need to keep that goal ever in sight and mind, never allowing any fogs or clouds to obscure it. If this is not done, all direction is lost. It has not been done by those who should have done it, hence, the very loss of direction seen in the world today, and the various cults and systems to which the majority of people are attracted. They asked for bread and have been given a stone. Shall any true theosophist deem it his duty, then, to persuade these hungry ones that there is valuable nutriment in the stone? Yet, it seems to me, this is just what such would-be theosophical efforts are doing. Our duty is clear. We will feed the hungry with nourishing food, and in so doing follow law, precept and precedent, thus reverencing our great and illustrious predecessors and continuing the work they so well began and left in our care.